cursed energy. We're told it comes from human negativity, but the real origin is much older and far more dangerous. Long before sorcerers existed, the world was ruled by beings called primordial spirits. They were not curses and not gods. They were living expressions of nature and emotion. One spirit represented rage, another represented fear. Others ruled over hunger, storms, shadows, and death. For ages, these spirits lived in balance. Their power was stable, until humans appeared. Humans were emotional in ways the spirits had never encountered. Fear, anger, grief, jealousy. The intensity of human emotion overwhelmed the spirits. They absorbed these emotions, but soon it became too much. The spirits began to warp. Their forms twisted, their instincts corrupted. The first curses were born not from humans, but from the spirits collapsing under the weight of human emotion. The world began to shift. Humans felt fear of the twisted spirits, and that fear created more energy. More energy created more mutations. A cycle began that no one could stop. This overflow of emotional power became known as cursed energy. It was not a gift. It was pollution, a side effect of emotions exceeding what the world could handle. Among the primordial spirits, only one remained stable, a being known as the Observer. Where the others panicked, he watched. He noticed that while humans produced overwhelming emotion, they also had the unique ability to control it. Humans could turn fear into courage, grief into art, anger into motivation. Emotion was not just chaos, it was potential. The Observer approached a tribe known as the First Scribes, a civilization that carved emotional symbols into stone. These carvings were not language, but formulas, patterns that could shape emotional energy. The Observer taught them how to turn inward and manipulate their own emotional overflow. This became the first version of Jujutsu. The First Scribes were the first sorcerers. Their techniques were unstable, but powerful enough to push back the twisted spirits. Humanity finally had a weapon against the curse-born creatures. But once humans learned to use cursed energy intentionally, everything changed. Tribes became clans. Clans fought for control. Greed and power hunger spread faster than curses themselves. The Observer vanished, horrified by what humanity had done with the knowledge he shared. Over time, the clans rewrote history. They erased the primordial spirits. They erased the First Scribes. They hid the truth that cursed energy was never meant to exist. They replaced the truth with a simple explanation. Negative emotions create curses, and that is the story the world accepted. But the forgotten origin still matters. Because if overflowing human emotion created curses in the past, what happens when modern humanity reaches an even stronger emotional extreme? What new power or new disaster will be born? This is the real origin of cursed energy. The version the world was never meant to know. And this is Anime Lore Nexus, where we uncover the truth behind every legend. Subscribe for more deep anime lore.